Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Raw Radiant Health, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and it is a pleasure to be back. It's been ages since I've done a video, and I've been wanting to do videos, but things have just been a little bit quite busy, very busy. I'm working on a second website, and I'm also right now taking Bahasa Indonesian courses, and plus I'm also doing my coaching, all sorts of stuff. So it's just been kind of like a crazy time. But I've been meaning to do videos, and I want to get back into it, and hopefully soon I'll start getting back into doing regular videos. But what I wanted to discuss today was I got my results for my second B12 test, because as you guys know, a year ago I found out I had very severe deficiency, and I had to make a lot of changes, and I recently got tests done, and it's actually improving, which is fantastic. And so most of you know that last November, 1 year ago, or it was probably October actually, I found out that my B12 levels were really low. They were at, I guess the level was 86, and at that time, I was on a raw vegan diet for 4 years, and I was a vegetarian for 23 years. And I had been taking oral supplements for, I'd say, about a decade. And obviously my body wasn't absorbing it, and I ran into a severe deficiency. And I was having some pretty bad symptoms. And so pretty much my option was either to get on to having injections and staying on a raw vegan diet, or to include animal products into my diet. I just want to be very clear, because a lot of people email me saying, well, why don't you get your B12 from sea vegetables or other vegetarian sources? And there is no vegetarian source for B12. There is B12 in sea vegetables, but there's also B12 analogs. And so the analogs actually block the absorption of the B12 that's in that food. So for all of you that think you're actually getting B12 from having sea vegetables or spirulina, algae, things like that, you're not absorbing it. Okay, so it does exist in the food, but your body is not absorbing it. And you can have like nutritional yeast, things like that do have B12 in it, but it's a small amount. And how much nutritional yeast are if someone has a deficiency, how much do they have to eat to actually build that up? So I can absorb it from supplements, from sublingual oral supplements. It just never worked. And my option was injections, or to eat animal products and see if I can absorb it from the food. And I decided, at first I took a few injections, but I wasn't feeling good taking the injections. And after doing some research, there have been studies showing that, especially in my particular situation, I had open heart surgery as a child, and there have been studies linking issues with anyone that's had any kind of heart surgery with taking vitamin B12 injections, that it can actually be quite dangerous. So that was one thing that sort of pushed me in the direction of considering getting my B12 from food. That and just the idea of being on injections for the rest of my life is just not something I want to kind of play with. You never know what you're really putting into your body. And for me, my view is that health is first, and if I can get the nutrition from my food, I'd rather go in that direction. So I did a big change in my diet. I went from being vegetarian for 23 years, being also on a raw vegan diet for about 4 years, to eating animal products. And that includes meat, seafood, fish, eggs, things like that. And doing an experiment to see, okay, what's going to happen? Do a year, or it was, well, I'd say, because I started eating animal products in January, so a little bit less than a year, of seeing if my body's going to absorb it. And so I recently got a B12 test, and I'm happy to say that my body is absorbing it, and the level went from 86 to 376. Now, 376 is not very high. It's From most standards, it is at a normal range. I'd say North American standard and some European standards and even Asian standards is that if it's above 200, you're at a normal range. Now, in Japan, their standard is above 400. That's a normal range. And the optimal levels, I would say, would be, I don't know, somewhere between 700 and 1,000. That's where I'd want to be. But unfortunately, I'm at 376, which is better than 86. And it means that my B12 levels are going up, and that is from the food that I'm eating. So I'm relieved, I'm happy, and I feel good. So that's what's most important, and I want to continue, definitely, and see. Pretty much what I want to do is just keep tracking it, keep getting tested every 6 months, and just make sure that my levels keep increasing. But at least I know I'm on the right track, and everything's going good. And many people have asked me as well, how much animal products am I eating and what am I eating? And I will go into that maybe in another video. But generally speaking, I eat animal products every single day, and even maybe sometimes every meal. I do eat, of course, my fruits, my vegetables, mostly vegetables, I'd say, like big into my salads still, big into my green juices, things like that. And pretty much that's what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that I really get a lot of variety in my diet, and everything's working. So I'm so happy, and I want to share that with you. And hopefully too, I'm going to get the new website going very, very soon. I'd say it's still going to be at least another week, maybe 2 weeks, but it's really exciting. And I do want to continue with Raw Radiant Health as well, because I'm still eating a lot of raw foods, and I have a lot of ideas as well, and plus, recipes to share. And soon I'm going to be starting a home garden as well, growing my fruits and vegetables. I got a papaya tree going right now, but I'd say maybe next month I'm going to start getting into actually building a garden, so to grow my own food. So I'm excited about that, and all is good, and hopefully I'll get back into the daily videos soon. So I'm wishing you all a fabulous, fabulous day, and I will see you soon. Bye!